Introducing Ninjago City Markets, one of the largest sets. It has 6,163 pieces, 21 minifigures. So you've got the working gondola. It's modular, so you can lift off the floors. And it does go with set number 71741. This is set number 71799. It has a working toilet. You can take some of the rooms out. They just slide out. And it has a wheelchair lift. There's Kai. They call him Blacksmith Kai. The set is 18 inches tall by 20 inches long and 10 inches deep. Or by centimeters, it's 46 centimeters tall, 51 centimeters long, and 25 centimeters deep. There are 51 bags in total. There are 3 books, 3 sheets of stickers, and altogether there are 70 stickers. Lots of storytelling in them. Wow, some really fancy ones in there. And you get 2 dark gray base plates. Book 1, bags 1 and 2. Let's get started. So it is modular and you can take off a lot of the levels. You can remove the Borg Store. There's a bakery down there and they pull right out as you see. The sushi bar at the top, they call it the Sushini bar. And Dareth's Karaoke Club. So here is the completed city markets, NINJAGO city markets. And if you look at it, the central piece would probably be the bridge. It's red, it's right in the center, and then right above it is the gondola, and it's yellow, so it really pops up, and it's in the middle as well. So those two pieces I think are central. It's a really good choice to set it up that way. Really catches your eye, and they're probably the two most important parts of the build. So the gondola is the best feature, and the bridge is probably the fanciest design. It uses some Technic pieces in there, and it's a piece of art. So here's a closer look at it. There's a lot packed into this one set. It has over 6,100 pieces. It is one of the largest sets I own. So lots to talk about here. But while there is so much compacted, they also have some open space to really allow you to take in each individual section. So all the sidewalk is just gray and it's left pretty bare, just like in a real city. And then we have some individual colors to really pop out one section at a time. So we've got that lime green tower with the red trussels behind it. And then we have this dark blue, dark purple, bright yellow. At first when I bought this set, I really wasn't a fan of the color choices. I thought it looked a little immature. It is a 14 plus set, so it is supposed to attract a younger audience. But really, the build is an 18 plus. Every step of the way, the challenges are 18 plus like any other 18 plus set. I don't know why they said 14 plus. No 14-year-old is gonna go out and buy such an expensive set. And after I saw the completed build, I learned to accept these colors. It's supposed to be a cyberpunk style, so everything's futuristic. We've got even a cyborg here with her glowing eyes. If I turn it around, there's her glowing eyes. She has a robotic arm and a normal arm. And apparently, cyborgs eat food. Here's another cyberpunk with his mohawk, or her mohawk. And flamethrowers. Very cool minifig. I appreciate the accessibility of the build. So we have a chair lift here for wheelchairs. There are ramps, the gondola. Wheelchairs can get almost anywhere through this build, except for up here. There's no accessibility. We added a cherry blossom at the top of the tower. Really nice touch. It just looks good to top it off there. But it also shows how in dense cities they have to grow plants wherever they can. So in cities like Toronto and Canada, they have a lot of greenery on balconies and roofs. In other major cities around the world, this would be based on an Asian city, so somewhere like Tokyo would have cherry blossom on the top of a tower. There's excellent part usage throughout this whole build. So we've got some train track for the signage. We have garage panels for here on the bridge. Then there are wheel wells for the bridge, these red wheel wells. And then even framing around the windows is another wheel well. The octopus has a mini not a minifig, an action figure head. So that is the same one that you use for like Spider-Man. And it would have print, of course, for the eyes and the mouth. Wonderful part usage. The set is also modular, so you can fit it in your modular city, and you can take off the different levels. So I'll take it apart and show you the inside. Here we have the sushimi bar. It has a restroom, and the toilet actually works. There's working plumbing. It directs it down, straight down a tube, across on a 45-degree angle going down, so gravity keeps pulling it down the ramp, and then again down a straight chute. Here's some more great part usage. We have some exhaust pipes. That's for like a truck. Here we have Dareth's Karaoke Club. So you've got a pool table, pool cues, karaoke mic, and here is some of the plumbing. So that's where it's a straight down fall or a chute. Now here is a really good building technique. There are some tiles in this piece, just pushed right inside it. It has 2 of the arches, 3 studs long, 1 by 1 rounded. Great decoration. We've got a dartboard, just a sticker piece. The bakery can be pulled out. So above the bakery is where they live. And below is where they bake. So here's the bakery. And another nice part usage, we have a wand holding box. So a lot of Harry Potter sets have these little boxes to hold wands. And they look like detailed stairs, beveled, all the way to the bottom step. Now the entire second story can be removed, wrapping around the gondola. So all of the bridge, it's all connected in an L shape that can be disconnected, but that is a big job. So I'm not going to show you that part. You can rewind in the video of the speed build to check out the interior details there. I do want to point out an outside detail here. There is a ring that's used for Sonic the Hedgehog, and that's connected to these decorative hooks. Who knew that they could fit in the hook? They actually snap in place and will stay connected. And then hanging from it is a hot dog bun. That's for the bakery. You might notice some swords sticking out of the weeds. So they use these as blades of grass. Tall grass. And the gondola works pretty good. You just have to keep turning and turning. It could use a motor. So all the way down. And then we have to move the bridge to give it space. There's a separate knob here you turn. And then we can keep going. We've got clearance. Here is the working toilet. So we had our piece here. Brown 1x1 plate. It's hard to aim it, but I got it in. Okay, and then we flush it. And there it comes down. You can also see the mechanics of the plumbing working at the back. Okay, here we go. Ta-da! Here's another nice part usage. We've got some roller coaster track coming up just for a post, for a pillar. And here's the wheelchair lift. So you turn this knob, lifts them up, and back down. So that works very well. Very good mechanism. Alright, so looking at the big picture again, there's signage everywhere, giving it that cyberpunk feel, the future where advertisements are sprawled across everywhere. And just everything ties together. We have really good water. Got a layer of black plate and blue plate for different shades. The black representing deeper water and the blue, of course, more shallow water. So it gets shallow around the bridge, and then by the edges it gets... These are card door pieces. So at the back of a U-Haul, you would have that kind of garage looking door. That's this piece here. And they just use multiple pieces to create the whole roof. So the Borg Store does open up. And inside is that cell phone store. So a few devices on the wall there. And then above the cell phone store is just an office. So you've got your computer screen, very futuristic, keyboard, and a little lamp. I'm sure there's more to talk about in this set. I told you the one thing I disliked being the color choice. Like that lime green, it definitely looks like vomit. There's no other way to describe that shade of green. And I still would have picked a different color. They could have anything else that's bright, cheerful, and less pukish. But oh well, it is supposed to catch your attention, look like a cyberpunk scene, and we definitely get a cyberpunk scene. Lots of positives about the part usage. Beautiful design. That bridge is the masterpiece. We should have one more close-up of that. There it is in all of its glory. It was a fun build, great process. I like how you finish off one section at a time. Like you really focus on, say, the blacksmith and get that complete, and then move on to the next. And then by the end, you have lots of play features. So working lift, gondola, working plumbing, and then lots of minifigures to create stories. So I've got like a samurai fight. The police officer is going to arrest them. We have somebody getting interviewed. It looks like he's a detective, and they're being filmed. So it looks like the media broadcasting. I have a minifig collecting frogs. And if you see at the back, they do have a collection of frogs there. The gondola is just in the way. So there are the frogs. We've got a little child who got an ice cream cone with her grandma after karate practice. She's in her karate suit and she has her ice cream cone. Got a character who went to the bakery. We had a character get some sushi. That's about it. Of course, can't forget the flamethrower. They're just playing with fire as always. Alright, well, thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more.